Hey, kids. This is a tasty burger. Burger.
Walking down the street.
25. Goddamn hand.
Hey. I've been trying out, every time we go live, I've been trying out different technologies. So appreciate it, guys. 5x5. Sometimes I use a microphone, but sometimes, how am I now? See Russ, breathe free. Finally got a notice. Me too, actually. Well, it took a couple seconds. What do you guys want to start off with? R.Stone. Listen to this. Found pretty interesting.
Because they want to silence me. I mean, I'm 66 years old. I support the Second Amendment, but I don't own a firearm. I don't have a valid passport. I'm not a flight risk. The court gave me, essentially released me on bond on my signature, proving I'm not a flight risk. I can't swim, even though they had two amphibious units pulled up to the canal behind my house. I'm not going to testify against him because I possess no negative information. Look, I honestly believe that they're going to try to charge the president and the vice president with some hoked up frame of Russian collusion. That way they could make Nancy Pelosi president, she could make Hillary Clinton vice president, and then step aside. It's a nightmare, but
What?
It's a nightmare, but I think that's what they have in mind. It's a nightmare. They could make Nancy Pelosi president, she could make Hillary Clinton vice president, and then step aside. It's a nightmare, but I think that
was R.Stone on Fox News. Might have been with Sean. It was last night. He's very he doesn't hold anything back. Stone. I don't know how you guys feel about him, but yeah, I mean, I just found this clip and I was like, what the hell? And then of course you start thinking about it, right? I'm like, oh Jesus,
president, she could make Hillary Clinton vice president, Pelosi president, she could make Hillary Clinton vice president, and then step aside. They could make Nancy Pelosi president, she could make Hillary Clinton vice president, and then step aside. It's a nightmare, but I think that's what they have in mind. There is no Russian collusion.
Good luck. Good luck, DS. Unbelievable. These are the times, folks. Looking and sounding good. Thank you, Enlightened Jess, Darlene, Bree, TWR, Shadow Walker. Hi from, if I use the wrong pronoun for you. Yeah, Shadow Walker. How dare you call me a guy? I'll sue you. God bless Canada. God bless this world. Abortions. Abortion. Every hair on my. I don't even have kids, but I've been around them so much, and being the oldest, my my youngest sibling, you know, I was kind of like the second, could have been its second father, and I've been around kids my whole entire life. When I heard that from New York, the hair standing up right now, and not just New York, Virginia, it's in the South. Abortion, it's not just about abortion, it's about killing. How many people watching either have kids or know of a kid who came early? Came early. Weeks, sometimes months. And they had to live the size of your hand. I have a couple cousins the size of my hand when they were born. And now, New York, Virginia, they want. Whew, that's disturbing stuff, guys. What the fuck? And I'm not a nurse. I'm not a doctor. I'm not too familiar with the medical stuff, but I know a couple of nurses are subscribed, uh, and I know some nurses. Don't you guys take an oath? Take an oath. Whew, disturbing shit, guys. That gets me going. You know, it's beyond talking. It's a human being. Again, excuse me, is different with all laws, right? I live in China, so as far as the Second Amendment goes, um, you know, you need to get a permit for a slingshot, but yet you could cross the bridge, but that's a different story. Um, in New Jersey, guys, a mother just say she gave birth to a child. She could call 911, go to a firehouse, wave down a police officer, no questions asked, and it's happened. I've been there. Um, it's legal. To kill a life form. Again, I don't even have kids, and apparently, like when you, it's super disturbing. It gets me going, guys. You're killing. That's death. And people vote these fuckers in. They vote them in. You guys probably know Mark Dice. He's over 1 million subscribers. He's a conservative, but his content is all political. But he makes it in a like comedy style channel, which is great. I love Mark Dice. People are so ignorant, guys, to facts. I don't have any social media accounts, right? Besides right now talking to the world. And I told you guys, I did this because I was tired of being lied to with fake stream. And we live in a police state. I know we're talking about different topics here, but what was I talking about? Got so many topics in my head. Children. With being in the police state, and again, I learned stuff off of you guys, and I hope some of the content that I put out there, I get feedback every single day. Patriots can learn, not just Americans. Where we go one, we go all. Of course, my country comes first. I am an American, but what's that's a yellow vest, guys. I never protested once in my life, ever. I've never protested for anything. I've worked protest. I've worked at them, but I was never on the opposite side. So, see us. They're literally applaud. It's yeah, like a party, clapping. Seriously, these people were clapping.
Why is everyone so fucking stupid? Why aren't more people intelligent like me?
Sorry, just had to get that out. Oh, funky. They went from the morning after pill to killing a full-term child. This topic is very controversial. I understand. You know, I've seen the aftermath of women who've gotten raped. It's horrible, absolutely horrible. But we're talking about getting raped and then taking a morning after pill like that, right? We're not talking about again, it's a very gray area, and we're talking about human life. A child that's capable of sucking, breathing, feeding on its mom, killing a kid, a child. If we don't protect the children, seriously, I don't care. You could be whatever party you want to, whatever your beliefs are. But if you agree with that, that's a different entity. I'm so lonely. What? They even admit selling body parts. Oh, it's huge. And when you go back, when you take a look back, and again, I don't want to get too deep tonight, but like to the whole families and the Vatican, the UK, the CIA, and how everything's, it's a web. Basically everything that we were taught was a lie, right? Basically, it's brainwash, propaganda. They force you to have televisions, and with free will, I believe in God, a creator, but with free will in the contract. So we have free will. So they put things out there in plain sight, because as long as that's part of the contract. Again, I don't know if they're UFOs, demonic, whatever, but tell you guys all the time, I have hundreds of hours of footage of these creatures, entities. I don't know what they are. I've never had a bad feeling. I've always felt comfortable. I've always felt positive. So this is just me, my personal experience. They're all positive. That being said, people do have horrible experiences when it comes to these entities. So are they different? I feel yes. But with having free will, and killing the children, that's demonic shit right there. Absolutely horrible. Disgusting. the humans. Again, I'm not trying to get too deep, but not too. We we are much more powerful than you think we are, right? As a human, you know, if you say poor me, poor me, poor me, or always have a negative attitude, good luck, because you'll never reach. And I said this once. I said it probably multiple videos. Not just being positive, but that's the whole thing, you know, from light to dark, or from dark to light, the good versus bad. You know, in a way, guys, we are, this is my opinion, we are kind of like your own God in a way. And if you dream it, stay positive, that, you know, it will manifest. It will. The Debbie Downers, again, not so much. And this is the whole thing with, as far, I probably said it last night, knock on wood. I don't know the last time that I was sick. I don't get flu shots. I don't get vaccines. Seriously, the last time that I was probably out for the count was high school. Like a cough, a runny nose, yeah. But never missed a day of work. Never, what's that calling? Never called in sick. Never. And that's me. And it works for me. And I'm fascinated with it. Everybody is. We all want to know what happens, right? Darlene, I always see entities in your videos. My family says it's not. I'm nuts. Again, it's a tough topic, right? Because I don't know, unless, like I said this last night, guys, like, if you're open-minded, and you're interested in these entities, they tend to not hang around you, but they tend to make their presence known, right? The very first question people say, if there are aliens, why don't they just land on the White House, or why don't they come park in my driveway? Like, why, when you drive down your road, you don't pull over to an anthill and you talk into an anthill, right? They're on a different level. Again, I don't know what these entities are, creatures, entities, but I feel that, yes, a good and bad. But the ones that I've seen, the ones that I've come encountered with, are good. And again, nothing bad has ever happened to me, thank God. And I don't feel, you know, nervous, scared, or like a demonic. It's, with me, it's the opposite. And again, going back to myself as a person, just being a very positive person. Army vet and PTSD, got a job and hasn't missed a day in 25 years. Thank God. Amen. God bless. That's great. And PTSD, it's very tough, but you know, you could get into a car accident and PTSD, but you know, you could lose a parent, and certain smells, or being in a hospital. I don't have PTSD, but I'll never forget that very first time that I was in a hospital after losing my mother, and when you're there for so long, and then once she crossed over, you know, it's very tough talking about it, because I'm open, you know. Meaning, when I say tough to talk about it, meaning, you know, she fought the good fight, and when she was finally gone, again, the very first time in the hospital, just hospitals, they have a smell. Police stations, they all have a smell. And I don't know, it just a little weird. That's all. Praise God. I don't do flu shots either. It's horrible, guys. What creeps me out is, again, like if I go to a CVS or a Walgreens or whatever, the pharmacist begs to give you one. Begs. I don't take any medication, thank God. But they beg to give, like, it's free, no insurance, get your flu shot. Like, it's all about this, guys. They get money for every shot they give. It's just, it's horrible. I've always been for marijuana. Always have. I don't smoke. Like, with my job, you know, like, just couldn't smoke. But in 2019, being a class 1 drug, super disturbing. And all the, like in New Jersey, we have a 3-strike rule. There are people doing life right now for marijuana. I'm not talking, you know, being a trafficker. I'm talking about people who are just unbelievable. We need, and Trump's working on that. He did, you know, working on prison reform. Prison is meant for violent offenders, not people with addictions, not people. I have watched some Dr. Steve Greer. I've watched probably all of his videos, probably at least twice. Stephen Greer. It's not legal in Arizona. It will be. Believe it or not, Trump is for it. But obviously it will go to the AG, right? But Trump flat out, Sessions was against it, but POTUS, Trump, he said it's up to the state. So it's legal here in Jersey. You could get your card, but in the next 5 years, it will be throughout the country. My prediction. Anything alternative medicine, you know, it's frowned upon. YouTube just made a statement, as you know, they just switched up their algorithms. You know, they want you on medication. I'm gonna bring up China for a second. China, guys. Just came out. China's Navy now has a super weapon. America's Navy lacks. What is this? This is the national interest. First off, we do have a railgun. The U.S. meaning. But China's futuristic electromagnetic railgun may already be the most powerful cannon ever to roam the high seas, and it's well ahead of schedule. There's leaked photos of .072-3 class landing ship that was spotted January. I'm going to do a separate video on this and show pictures, but this thing is a beast. Again, the U.S., we have a railgun, but this thing is a beast. Blah blah blah. How about with space? China, they beat the U.S. with my video I put out earlier. What did I say? 35 China in 2018. And they had 35 launches. In America, we had 5, or excuse me, we had 30. So they beat us by 5. Darlene says we just aren't dying fast enough for the 100% population control. Get it done. Nanoparticulates. Get your GMOs. Get your flu shots. It's for your safety. It's for your safety. And Brie, again, China has always been here, right? They're always there. When's the last time they were in a war? But I judge a person by their actions. You could talk, but do you walk? And the Chinese, they are stepping up their game, and it's not Russia, 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 China, 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 and she is, so much money, dedicating so much to the military. China has always had they actually downsized their military, but in return, they have now better technology. So, quantity over quality. Michael Highwood, this AM at 6:50 AM Eastern. Oh shit. Did anyone see the moon and huge lights on each side differently, not stars? That footage freaked me out. At 06:50, I was awake, but I was not outside. I missed it. We had clear skies today. We had a little mini snowstorm last night, and then clear skies today. I didn't watch it, just eclipse. There's 99 nuke balloons, full crap. What do you mean, Funky? The wolf moon? What, a couple weeks ago? I did see that, and I captured that. It was 7 degrees. 7 degrees at midnight. Bit chilly. Typos. I do it all the time. It's cool. What's up, Frog? Trails and homemade clouds. I went for a walk today. I go out every day, but with being all blues, blue skies for once, there were actual condensation trails, and not from every airplane. There was probably like, the tails are about this big. That's natural. But I was thinking about chemtrails today. Just how, again, there were conspiracies. You could go to CIA.gov or type in YouTube John Brennan in 2016 at the Council on Foreign Relations, and people still don't believe it. So I'm done with that one. I mean, not done. I'm done with trying to wake people up with that. I still post videos about chemtrails because there's some truth at us. We can handle the truth.
all sides to come together in peace and harmony. We can do it. Even Lion Ted, Crazy Birdie, Pocahontas, she can do it. And even that lying, filthy whore Hillary Clinton, she can do it.
Where is that filthy whore Hillary Clinton? Where I mean, since the everyone tried, you know, a lot of people follow Q. Since you know, where's Obozo? Where's that filthy whore Hillary? Where's that war criminal Bush? Where's, you know, where are these people? Their accounts went private. They're like MIA. Just a question. Something's probably going down. Speaking of Q, since comment section and I brought it up, has anyone seen the Q map? Do you know what the Q map is? In luxury bunkers. Enjoy it while it's there. Joe Dirt. Can Trump simply give the military of the wall? Here's the thing about these immigrants. Not immigrants. Here's the thing about these criminals. Trump, in a few days, will be giving a State of the Union address, right? Besides that, he is sending a couple thousand more troops to the border. Besides that, Trump has multiple cars, right? I make videos on these illegals because this is history. It's never been done before. We never had it's basically an army, right? On the left, they're like, oh, they don't have weapons. No, they don't have weapons. But when you throw rocks, or you will get fucked up. There's thousands on the border right this second. There's the newest number, what, 13,000 marching, and then 7 February, 2. First time saying this. I said it a couple nights ago. 2 more caravans are going to be leaving on 7 February. Crying, liberal tears, Joe Dirt, liberal tears. Comey, and I can't remember, was indicted. What's up with the numbers? 7K, someone says 18, someone says 19. What do the numbers mean? What's up, kid? And again, guys, like, technology that we have, I don't care if you call a wall, a fence, you could call it whatever you want. And it's not just flat. There's natural barriers. We have UAVs, but we need the resources. So meanwhile, we can't have a UAV, you know, like we have it now, where we just film 300 people. Luckily, you know, luckily they ran to the agents, and they you know, they didn't disperse, or nobody had weapons at that one specific case. but you know, they're doing a massive hiring actually. Trump announced this weeks ago, and I get when I watch videos online, ad after ad after ad. All the ads, it's all for Border Patrol. But they're doing a massive hiring right now. My question is, I mean, Tijuana, when they were in Tijuana, they got tired. You know, the citizens of Tijuana, they were getting tired of them. I feel, guys, that they're not this batch of illegals. They're not going to Tijuana. Just my opinion. They're going to go somewhere. One, again, these people were paid off. They're going to go to a place that will cause I don't want to say a riot, but they're a place where, you remember what happened a couple of weeks ago, right? Or last month with the tear gas, and they made a big scene about it, using chemical weapons on children. It's going to be that. This is my opinion. It's going to be that, but 2.0. They're going to have a child who is, God forbid, hurt or, you know, something staged, possibly staged, or maybe just pushing women and children first. But they're done, my opinion. They're dispatched. They're not going to Tijuana. Most likely Arizona area. And again, I make videos to make people aware, you know, to it's not that I'm afraid that these people are just going to run in our country and be gone. You know, they will be captured, but at the same time, the most at one time, it's only been 300 people. So just say 2,000 people in one specific area. You know, will we have the resources? Just imagine out of all the people. That's a super low number. Just imagine 2,000 men my age. And it's unbelievable. We have so much technology too. Like, it's not just a border, a wall that the Dems wanted when Obozo was in office. Sheila, I heard an infant fell over the wall this week. Yeah, I made a video on that. Yep, survived, but still someone dropped a baby. Yeah. My thing is, nobody wanted to catch an infant. Usually there's something called communication. Like, yo, they just let it drop. Dirt. Mexico signed the UN Migration Pact. Open borders. Mexico knows 90%. Joe Dirt. Very interesting. I'm going to be making a video about that. How the UN wants, yeah, the UN's a joke. They should be out of New York City. The bad part is too, like, once they breach U.S. soil, the way it is now with Trump, you know, they get booked and then they get pushed back to Mexico. Luckily, but still, if they're, most of them, you know, dehydrated, hurt, I mean, they could have chicken pox, to you name it. Prior to releasing, since they're in our custody by law, we have to treat them. Huge burden on you. It's hard not to be angry. And damn right, if you're an American, you should be angry. And if you're not angry, something might be wrong with you. And it's getting worse again by the day. I know we have different topics going back to the whole children, that law, and some. What did Nancy Pelosi do today? She brought up how she wants to remove when you swear in.
That way they could make Nancy Pelosi president. She could make Hillary Clinton vice.
Just bear with me, guys, for a second.
This is a tasty burger. Burger.
Nancy Pelosi, guys. Nancy Pelosi's God problem. Let's see. She's on a roll. She wants our guns. She wants us to get invaded. She's a baby. She's a murderer, or she's for murder. And now she's trying to take away God. When you swear in, let's see, fake news. I'm trying to get a good one. Fake news. All right, here we go. Sorry, I forgot. Dems to strike, so help you God, from oath taken out of the House committee. So help you God. The Dems are pushing to have that removed. This just came out. Again, she's on a roll. The whole plot, how she wanted to leave country, do a JFK. Again, I'm not trying to start conspiracy. I'm just giving facts. 93 members with her family trying to flee the country, right? To see the troops. I know she was in Brussels and but she never visited the troops in her 80 years of being a politician. She never once visited the troops, and that was her plan. So she wanted to visit the troops. Again, baby, she's all about murder. She doesn't want anybody to have a gun. She wants us to get infiltrated with illegals. And top it off, just now, that article I just read, she wants to remove God. God bless this country. Whew. She might have been for 90 years. She's old as she was around when dinosaurs were around, Scott. Her own party at first, remember, they had a dispute. Like they weren't sure if they wanted her to be the speaker, and then she ended up the speaker. But she's on a roll. She is on a roll. She's getting paid big time by the deep state.
Why is everyone so fucking stupid? Why aren't more people intelligent like me?
Darlene says, that was shot down, Andrew. Not happening. The God part? Or Scenario number 1, her leaving the country. Sheila, they can do what they want. Don't interfere with the enemy as they destroy themselves. Senate is key. She's supposing. I feel you, but I mean, even if you're an American and there are laws where you can have an abortion at birth, a human being, a little human, and you could abort it, not abort it, you could kill it legally. Every single person watching this right now, you should be you should be angry. The kid, they're getting worse and worse, brother. Worse and worse. When you have somebody like Cortez saying she's a admitted socialist, she's an admitted socialist. Unbelievable. Some stuff, guys, it's good, you know, because I mean, every single independent that I know, they jumped on the Trump train, and people are waking up daily. So much so that ChinaTube, they keep, they got to change the algorithms. You guys probably heard of the channel High Impact Flicks. He has like 3 channels. Again, I don't agree with any channel 100%. Just like how I don't expect one person watching any of my content to agree with me, with whatever I say 100%. I mean, if I say the sky's blue and the grass is green and you disagree, that's different. But he put out very good content. How about the shooting with the police officers? That was his last video that I just watched. The first thing, I was even live when this happened. I remember I said it was probably, and I speculated. I said it was probably an MS-13. Meanwhile, it was 2 white people, right? These 2 individuals, luckily, no officers lost their lives, but we didn't have all the facts. That's why up until the following morning, it was 4 cops shot, no 5 cops shot, 4 cops shot, no 5. Like that should be very simple, and they couldn't even get that right. But apparently, the cops that were shot, they were in plain clothes, and since they were in plain clothes, they were not wearing body cameras, and they shot the dog. I found this woman's information. I went on her social media accounts, and she supports police officers. Not saying just because you support a police officer, you're an angel, but these were non-felons. There were guns in the house, and the guns that were in the house were 100% legal. Now, once I started, getting the pieces, you start building the puzzle, and it's fishy, very fishy. And then again, I wasn't there. They interviewed the neighbors, not just one. I'm sure you guys don't get along 100%, or you might have some neighbors that you like, some neighbors not so much, right? I saw 4 different interviews from people on that block, and they said, doing drugs and selling drugs, they're 2 different things. Also, they found 0 drugs in the house. Now, apparently what justified the cops apparently to go in, they did an undercover buy and black tar heroin apparently, right? But when they went in, they didn't find any drugs, and all of the guns were legal again, and these were not felons. So question everything. Can't use the Jewish flag either. Kid, I'll have DWR, honestly, at this rate, they left 5 to 10, 15, we'll say. Oh, kids driving you nuts, just bring them in. Doctor. The libs fuel race. And they do, Scott. They definitely, the libs, they do. That's why they started Antifa. And they do want a race war. Not just a race war. They want we, the people, to be at it. When you're at it, what's happening over here? You're clueless because, we're at it. And that's the whole thing with propaganda. That's how they get us. Not you guys, but we, the people. Unfortunately. Seriously. Maxine Waters calling for violence? She started it, remember, last summer. You had Eric Holder. Meanwhile, this was top cop saying kick him. Kick him, right? The very first shot, or any person who has any affiliation with Trump, even if in self-defense, CNN will take that story and run with it. They want us divided. Exactly, guys. 100%. Like I said in my black people, they're really waking up, guys. And blacks are gaining Trump's support. And that's how powerful, I bring up, she's amazing. Candace Owens, Brandon Tatum. These are just two black figures with a large following. I mean, I could go on and on. But because they're taught that cops are racist from birth. Cops are racist. White people are racist, and they want you to rely on the government for free handouts. They don't want it to say if you're, you could get educated, you could get out of the ghetto. It's like a self-cleaning oven. It's sad to say, but black on black crime is huge. Terrence Williams, I don't know who that is. Terrence Williams. Yeah, I don't know who he is. My partner is black, still not awake though. Wake his ass up. Wake him up with facts. Use a printer, or say, honey, whatever you want to call him, and show him facts. Just don't say you like this Oopa Loopa looking guy, right? lowest unemployment rate in history. I mean, this is the best president. Forget, how he speaks, or he's not presidential. Forget that for a second. Just go by his facts. Go by his facts. Facts only. For whatever race, whatever color you are, smashed every record in our lifetime. Scott says, I used to only watch black conservatives. Now I have you. I'm not black, but I appreciate that. Sheila, I saw an older black man the other grocery. Saw an older black man at the grocery store wanting MAGA hat today. It's funny you brought that up, Sheila. I see tons and tons of blacks with MAGA hat. There's not that many black people where I am right now. This county, but I could take a 10-minute ride, and when you're passing like bus stops, all MAGA hats, I see tons of MAGA hat. They're waking up. And it's, we the people. If you act like a savage, trust me, I worked in the most dangerous city in America, Camden, New Jersey. Savages. At the same time, some of the nicest people I met, that they're stuck there. These are elders who sweep, they're living in the most, looks like Fallujah. And these are people who sweep with a broom. Again, people in their 80s. And they have drugs right across the street, and they're trying to clean up their little section. It's all row houses, but speaking of MAGA hat, I gotta get some new stuff. I had a MAGA hat. Even some of my books, people ask, "Ew, can I borrow a book, or can I?" And I never get it back. Anyone else having internet or iPhone connection problems? 100%, L. I said, was it yesterday? I don't know. I can't remember. I have so much on my making videos, but I think 2 days ago, L, I was having problems, multiple problems, and then today on the East Coast, it was around noonish, give or take. I actually got a alert on my phone. I forgot to tell alert on my phone, and then again, I don't watch television, but I had Fox News on in a different room as I was, just reading at Fox in the background, and the emergency alert system came on. Typically, when they do the emergency alert systems, it's like real late at nighttime. This was at noon, which was a first. My carrier is Comcast. Hey, have you already shut me off because I don't have 5G? It's funny you said that. Speaking about 5G, there are numerous countries that are Israel. Israel was like the first, of course. The Jews. Pretty much, even if you kids in the ghetto, you know, they get a laptop that's issued to them, and they're not refresh your router. They're not allowing Wi-Fi in school in grade schools in Israel, and a couple other countries are following. I found that pretty fascinating. Yeah, it's all fake stream. Speaking of fake, last night Sean Hannity. I mean, I've always liked Sean, but he's mainstream, and Sean brought up 9/11 for a couple. He brought up 9/11. Still brainwashing people. Again, I like Sean, but he brought up 9/11 last night. That's what woke probably everybody watching. Get a shield for the router, $70 on Amazon. I have the fastest connection you could get. Typically, I don't have any problems. Now, as far as cell phone service, if I go into my basement, yeah, nothing. My basement's like a bunker. But we went to the moon in the 60s. Miss Liberty rants. I heard. Make sure you protect your phone and computer. Miss Liberty, updates drive me crazy. I can't stand updates. Especially like, for instance, like a YouTube channel. Like when it's very simple. Like when I go into my private settings and very simple. There's an option where you could switch to a different platform, or it's still YouTube, but obviously, but it's I hate it. I hate it. Sometimes they force you. They force you if you keep postponing updates. You know, on your phone, you postpone it. Next thing you know, your phone turns off updating. I have something for 5G. Something in the works. I can't announce it, but it's something I'm hoping. I'm hoping it'll work, guys. And I'm surprised that this is not out there already. There's special clothing and you could buy paint. There's special material, especially like if you have an office, you can paint the walls with this paint. But I'm working on something. I should know within the next month or so. I could talk more about it later. Scott Thomas. I was a big Michael Savage guy. Michael Savage. I remember him locally in my San Francisco in San Francisco. I like Michael Savage. I used to when I worked midnight shift, listening to Coast to Coast AM. Art Bell, got awesome. I love working night shift. It's like a different entity than daytime. The people are different. Some people are night night owl. Some people are daytime. I could adjust, but there's something about working a midnight shift. I love it. Loved Art Bell. Yeah, he was great. Coast to Coast AM. I grew up as a child, my father listening to it, couldn't stand it. I wanted music when I was in the car. Now I love it. Sheila, speaking of Amber Alert, they hired Podesta for PR. Can't make this stuff up. Not surprised. You really can't. Since we're speaking about alerts, you guys hear anything about the Super Bowl? They might want a private security rather than the government. The Super Bowl is like the White House, that's like America's biggest sport. It probably is. Well, football is. Celebrities go there, so pretty much the only way to really do damage, like parking lot area, nothing's getting in, except if it's an inside job. But I heard that right before going live. Found it pretty interesting. I stopped watching football a couple years ago once they started kneeling. The only sport I watch now is MMA. Darlene, false flags. This whole shooting with I'm not saying that it was a false flag, but in Texas, look it up. Again, we're going by the police's word. If there's no witness, or there's no footage of it. And I think it was like a 357 that he used. So when I first heard that many officers shot, I start thinking, automatically that in my head, trying to picture, the scene in my head, and I'm thinking like this guy had a shotgun, or multiple people with shotguns with like. No, he had a 357. Yes, appreciate it, guys. Yeah, I have like another 30 days before I could go to my main channel. Thank you, Patriots. Everyone doing okay with the cold weather? No broken pipes or anything? I'm shadow banned too, brother. I especially like when I go live for like sometimes takes up to 5 minutes for me to access my own account. Alerts don't work. And I'm subscribed to a lot of people on YouTube, and I notice other people who have who are critical thinkers. I'm unsubscribed. So if you're watching right now, just make sure that you're subscribed to my main channel, because they do that. Freezes balls off. Kid, I look like I was in in Russia. I brought out my Russian jacket today. It was cold out there. But now, listen, now you guys had that record cold in the next 48 hours. Some parts that had broken records, you guys will be seeing temperatures in the 60s. In the 60s. So now they're afraid of a mass. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. Idaho, in the next 48 hours, will be in the 60s. Yeah, 60. It's insane. I brought out my Ruski jacket today. This jacket. All right, guys, I'm done for tonight. Enjoyed the chat. Just be aware of the Skeletor and that snake. She's trying to take away your second. She's trying to take away everything, but your Second Amendment rights. Even if you're not in a state where you're being affected, you should be. You should know what's going on. It's got bad time for global warming. When did they switch? Remember, it went from global warming to climate change. I don't know when the transition happened. 66 degrees here right now. Man, I'll be swimming right now. It was 66 here. Yeah. Appreciate it, guys. Have a good night. Stay warm. Look out for Skeletor and the rest of the snakes and the demo rats. And don't forget the Dems. So help you God. Nancy is trying. She has a draft in front of the House committee to remove. So help you God from taking out of the oath. And I'll leave it off with that. All right, guys. I am demonetized. My choice. That's why I don't have super chats. I have PayPal and Patreon for donations. God, speaking of God, God bless all of you, and thank you for the chat. Why? Because when you're demonetized, you have a little bit more options. It's bad now, being shadow banned, being etc. But by being demonetized, it allows me to get away with a little bit more. So I went with that. Sometimes I wish is PayPal. Kid says PayPal funky works better. Yeah, just PayPal and Patreon. But once I get to 30,000, I just learned it prior to going live. Once I reach 30,000 subs, there's I'll be able to have a membership thing, even being demonetized, because I am a partner with YouTube. So I'm like 4,000 subs away from my main channel. So when I do go live on my main channel, it's like $5 to be a member, $5 for the whole entire month. So that'll be good. All right, guys, Patriots, I'm out. Have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow. TGIF tomorrow. Thank you. See you guys.